So the Heat escaped with a win against the Pelicans at home yesterday. It was an absolute grind offensively in that first half. I don't have any idea how they got to 100 points with the way the half court offense was being run. But the main reason they were able to get to that point was basically points off turnovers and their defense kind of dictating. And it all started a minute and a half left in the second quarter. There were five defensive possessions left. The final five defensive possessions were all turnovers, and four of them were steals for the Heat, and they were able to kind of get some points off of them. And I just want to showcase those five plays in that final span because it kind of shows the different things they can do defensively, since it feels like there is so much pressure on what this team can do defensively because that dictates everything on a game-to-game basis for their offense at the moment. So I just want to go through these plays, starting with the minute 30 left. Like I just said, McCollum at the top, guarded by Oladipo. You're going to see what they're trying to do with Orlando Robinson. And at this point, Bam's going to check in a second. But Orlando Robinson, they did it last year with Yurt. They did it previously with guys like Dedmon. They're going to blitz. Like that is just what they're going to do with those type of bigs because they just want to bet on their other guys to kind of hold and recover and not let you pick on those certain bigs and drop. So what they're going to see right here, set a screen. It's going to be a hard blitz right here on McCollum. He kind of has to pass out of it quickly. You're going to see Jimmy the entire time kind of over helping the entire time trying to placement, just kind of block off all options. Kyle reads the pass, gets going out in the break, ends up in an Oladipo lay-in. Now we go back down the court. You're going to see McCollum just trying to get the Tyler Hero switch. Oladipo's not really allowing it because Tyler's playing it really well. He's kind of pointing it up, saying, I'm just going to show and recover. That's what he's doing. He points right here, says, go back. But here McCollum points. He says, come screen again. I want this matchup again. And Tyler's going to do the same thing, except he's going to blitz even harder out. Great cutoff by him. Now this allows Depot to recover, and they can all kind of rotate. But Tyler kind of seamlessly, as I go back before I show the main bulk of this with Jimmy, Tyler kind of, the issue is sometimes if you make the wrong decision on a recovery where you go to the wrong guy on a switch, on a scramble switch, that's when problems kind of occur. But you see Tyler, he's just beelining it to this wing over here on Herb Jones. He knows where he has to go. But Jimmy already cut, as I go back one more time, he already jumps it. Like he knows what's coming. Now he's able to jump it, gets his hand on it, goes the opposite direction. Ends it a Jimmy Butler and one. So now they're finally creating offense all off their turnovers. Now we go back down the floor again. Now Bam Adebayo is in. Something a weird, I mentioned the blitzing before with Orlando and Dedmon and Yurt. I've been intrigued by the blitzing of Bam in the past. It feels like they don't go to it as often because he's a walking defensive coverage that you can kind of put him wherever and he'll make stuff happen. But he's so dynamic as a blitzer because he can recover so quickly. So it's like, when there's one lead guard that's just basically the entire team when it comes to the guard position, like it was with McCollum yesterday, you can get away with it. So you see right here, set a screen, Bam's going to cut off, blitz out. It leads to him kind of picking up his dribble and going all the way close to half court to kind of make a decision. Now he makes the kind of wrong decision to kind of lean forward in this way. Depot's just going to rip it away, goes to the fast break. Tyler ends up in a dunk. Now we come back again. Now he's thinking about it. He's like, I have to be worried about this Bam Adebayo blitz because he's going to cut off all of my options on the left side if he comes and blitzes this. So now you're going to see it once again. He's going to come blitz up. He's going to cut off. He kind of keeps his dribble alive this time and gets the ball away. But this is why I say the blitzing is so interesting with Bam, because you see Jimmy holding off Valanciunas down low, and Kyle's kind of splitting the difference up top. But you're going to see them seamlessly recover this because now they can just rotate back in. Jimmy could just slide to that corner, and Bam could stay on Valanciunas down low. You see Tyler kind of rotating as well. Ends up in a traveling call. That's their fourth turnover in a row. Basically, I think three of them off basically blitzing and getting them uncomfortable, just basically trying to put McCollum in a weird position. Now the final one. There's 9 seconds left in the quarter. You're going to see Oladipo guarding him. Now they're trying to do the Tyler switch thing again because they do not want to have put Bam in the action. You see they stick Valanciunas in this corner. They just want to just not allow him to be at the top of the key. So now they try to get this Tyler switch. He does the same thing, show and recover. But the interesting thing is just watching Jimmy just lurk. There was a question I asked Spo recently about the difference between Depot and Jimmy and the way they steal it. And he was kind of describing like Jimmy, how he just sits there and waits and lurks. And that's what you just watch in this possession. He's basically just sitting there. He's leaning over, cutting over. And when you see this recovery right here, Tyler's kind of telling Jimmy to go switch down and guard either the corner or this guy hitting the lane, the free throw line. But Jimmy doesn't want to do that. And the reason why is I'm going to show right here. Jimmy says, no, I'm going to start right here because I can now defend at the nail. Now, if McCollum wants to cut right here, I am fully helping at the nail. He ends up swiping, gets the steal, and Kyle Lowry ends up hitting after the buzzer this full court shot. But you kind of see what they can do defensively when they try out different things. It seemed like that was what kind of sparked the team yesterday. It's got to getting in a decent rhythm in the second half, not a great rhythm offensively, but just a decent enough rhythm. But I still come back to the point that the blitzing of Bam, the blitzing of others, specifically against teams like this, with, like I said, with one kind of guy. If Zion and Ingram are playing, probably not able to do it as much, but it's an interesting wrinkle to add to the defense.